Hi everyone. I have a review of some products from e.l.f. and I've never used any of their products before, and this was actually a really pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting this. I went into Target to get, of all things, coffee. I ran out and it was just the closest thing to me at the time. And I walked in there, and the Target that I go to, actually when you walk in the door, one of the first aisles that you see is the cosmetic aisle. And right there in my face was the e.l.f. section, eyes, lips, face. And I've never tried the line before, and I was curious. And I was like, ooh, let me see, what it's all about. I heard about it, but I've never used it, and I really don't know anybody who does use it. So I decided to, look at the products and maybe if I was interested, get something. So the first thing that grabbed me was the pricing. My God, nobody ever said anything to me. I had no idea how inexpensive the line is. It's so incredibly cheap. I couldn't believe how cheap it was. All right. So I decided just to get a couple of things, even though it was inexpensive. I didn't want to go crazy and get stuff that I would probably regret later, or I don't really use. So I got 3 things. So let me start with the concealer. This is the concealer that I bought. Near. Okay. That's what it looks like in the package. And it is the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter. This is in medium. Okay, they have a light as well. And it is a concealer on one end, if I can get it out of the package, sorry. It is a concealer on one end and a highlighter on the other end. And the concealer is, I don't know how well that's going to show up, but here, let me swatch it for you. It's really pretty. It has like a peachy, pinky undertone to it, which is the perfect kind of concealer that you really want to use, especially to diffuse the blues in your under eye area if you have circles. You know what? Let me do this the right way for a change, because I've done this before and it never works out. Okay, so let's try this. See, there it is. All right. Now, actually, I have very veiny hands, and I just put it over a vein. So it really does diffuse the coloring very well. See, like my vein is like right there, and actually it's very bluish. So that's actually a perfect place to put it, to show you. It works well. It blended in so nice. It was really easy to blend, and it has such a really nice consistency, and the coverage is really good. So this is actually, it's not as creamy. It's creamy and liquidy at the same time. It's not as creamy as one of those like heavier cream concealers, like say the Maybelline Mousse Concealer, or the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer. It's not that creamy, but but it still has a creamy consistency, and it's not really liquidy either. So you're gonna get really nice coverage with this. This is it's kind of like I love this concealer. Bottom line, I love this concealer because it gives you that kind of creamy consistency, but with like a liquidy feel to it, so it's easy to blend into your skin. And I just tap it in with my finger, and it's perfect. It has perfect coverage. I don't need a brush to blend it in or anything like that. I get perfect coverage with this. It is really good. Actually, a good dupe for this would probably be the Smashbox Photo Op brightener, but that's a brightener. It's not necessarily a concealer, but this actually brightens and conceals at the same time. That actually gives a little bit of concealment as well. This gives a little bit more concealment. I mean, it's the closest thing that I could say, to refer it to, so you guys get an idea. But I love this so much. It's so good. It really works well. It conceals. It conceals, and it hides the under eye circles. Because I have under eye circles, but they're kind of like bluish So, you know, so this actually covers it up really nicely. And then I just set it with my Benefit Powder Flage powder, which I absolutely adore as well. And then the highlighter is really, really good too. The highlighter, it looks really, really white, but it kind of has kind of a very light peachy undertone to it. So if you, and it goes on, yeah, it looks intense, right? But no, if you just rub it in, you get a nice highlight. It has a little shimmer to it, but what this is absolutely wonderful for is for people with oily skin, because it's not oil. You know how most highlighters kind of like leave you a little oil slicky, especially if you put it on in the beginning and it looks okay, but then later on, because your skin is oily, it becomes too like noticeable because it's so glowy. This is perfect for people with oily skin. This highlighter, absolutely perfect. It goes on really, really smooth and creamy almost, but it dries matte. Even though it gives off that nice highlighted effect though, but it dries matte, so you don't have to worry about looking like you have an oil slick on your face. So this is amazing for $3. It's insane. It's insane. It's like, it's such a steal. So that's really, really good. Absolutely adore it. The other thing was the e.l.f. Complexion Perfection palette. Okay, and it's a quad of green, pink, blue, and yellow. And what you do with this is you just take a big fluffy brush, blend it together, and powder your face with it. What I do is I powder it on after my foundation, my concealer and my foundation. I just take it, big fluffy brush, and just swirl it around and just put it all over my face and let that set before I put my finishing powder over it. And then I put my, my finishing powder over it. And this is what the product looks like. It has a mirror. Okay. And it's really nice. It's very soft. It's very, very light, but it has just enough to cover up, like a little bit of redness that you might have. If you have a little bit of unevenness, this is really, really good for that. So I love it. It works really, really well. For $3, this is a steal. I adore it. And the last thing I got from e.l.f. was the blush fan brush. It got a little crushed in transit. But yeah, it's really soft. It has really nice bristles. I really like it, and I apply my blush with it. It's really, really great for applying a blush. And I've heard from some of the beauty gurus that on YouTube that the best way to apply blush in most cases is with a fan brush. So, and you know what? They're right. And I really, really like it. I never realized how different the application is with a fan brush versus, like, say, a regular, like, blush brush. So the difference is dramatic. This actually spreads it more than it would with this. This, you could actually contour it where you want the blush to go, and with a very gentle effect. And I really, really am digging this. This is a really good buy. $1 for this brush. Okay? And it's a good brush. It really is. So, yeah. So those were my e.l.f. buys at Target. And I hope you enjoyed that. I'm telling you, you're going to love the concealer. It is really, really good. Okay. And that's all I have for you for now. So I will see you soon. Rate, comment, subscribe. All right, I'm trying to reach my goal. All right, so I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.